Good morning, I am Kalyan. Today my topic explain about horizontal measurements and angular measurements. Introduction to horizontal and angular measurements. Horizontal measurements refers to the distance between two points on a flat surface. Angular measurements involve determining the angle between two intersecting lines. Both types of measurements are instrumental to various fields such as construction, civil and surveying. Horizontal measurements are typically expressed in linear units such as feet, meters, or kilometers. These measurements are crucial for determining the distance, areas, and volumes of object on level plane. Tools commonly used for horizontal measurements include measuring tapes, rulers, and laser distance meters. Angular measurements are used to quantify the amount of rotation or deviation between two lines or subject. Angles are measured in degree, minutes, and seconds with a 360 degrees from a complete circle protractor. The dividers and total station are commonly used tools for measuring angles accurately. Types of horizontal measurements. Horizontal measurements can be classified as the linear measurements, which involve measure straight line distance. They can also include horizontal curves, where measurements are taken along curved pathways. Horizontal measurements are crucial for designing roadways, railways, and pipelines in civil engineering projects. Types of angular measurements. Angular measurements can be classified as the internal angles. Angles from inside a polygon. External angles are angles formed outside a polygon and are supplementary to the internal angles. Understanding angular measurements is essential for tasks such as the land surveying and alignment of a structure. Importance of horizontal measurements. Accurate the horizontal measurements are vital for ensuring projection such as infrastructure projects. They help in determining the property boundaries, creating topographic maps, and planning construction projects. Horizontal measurements are also used in navigation, photography, and geodesy for mapping and spatial analysis. Importance of angular measurements. Angular measurements plays a crucial role in analyzing structure, determining the orientation, and calculating areas in land surveying. They are essential for designing complex geometrical shapes, analyzing mechanical systems, and controlling robotic movements. Angular measurements are also used as astronomy, physics, and computer graphics for modeling and simulation purposes. Challenge in horizontal measurements. Factors such as terrain variation, atmosphere condition, and accuracy can impact the precision of horizontal measurements. Ensuring proper collaboration of a measurement tools and using appropriate surveying techniques are essential to overcome challenges. Advanced technology such as GPS, LiDAR, and GIS have revolutionized horizontal measurements by ensuring accuracy and efficiency. Challenges in angular measurements. Source of error in angular measurements include instruments, human error, and environmental conditions. Techniques such as repeated measurements, varying and applications are employed to minimize inaccuracy in angular readings. Teaching advancements in angular measurements instruments such as electron power dialects total stations have improved measurements precisions. Conclusion: horizontal and angular measurements are fundamental as to analyze and measurements in various fields. Understanding the principle and application of these measurements is essential for accurate foreseeing, alignment, and designing of structures. Continuous advancements in measurements, technicals, and teachings are driving innovation and improving the accuracy of horizontal and angular measurements. Briefly to explain about horizontal measurements and angular measurements. Introduction to the horizontal and angular measurements. Horizontal measurements, angular measurements, types of horizontal measurements, types of angular measurements, importance of horizontal measurements, importance of angular measurements, challenge in horizontal measurements, challenge in angular measurements, conclusion. Thank you, man.